Hello, and thank you for watching the High Point University Introduction to Student Government Association training video. As an overview, SGA is composed of representatives from more than 100 student organizations on campus. SGA meets every other Thursday at 7 p.m. in Phillips 120. Organizations are required to have a representative at a minimum of 5 meetings each semester in order to remain in good standing. Being in good standing allows organizations to request funding from SGA. If you ever need to contact the SGA Executive Council, please email them at sga@highpoint.edu. All organizations who are a part of SGA must be chartered by the Student Life Committee. To learn more about starting a new organization at High Point University, please contact the Office of Student Life. The SGA Executive Council organization chart is now shown on your screen. We have a president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, attorney general, chief justice, student services and diversity chair, chief of staff, academic chair, service chair, technology chair, and publicity chair. We will now give a brief overview of some of the responsibilities of each executive council member. The president is responsible for appointing members of the SGA Executive Council and presides over all meetings of the Executive Council. The President will report all activities and decisions of the Executive Council at all meetings of the Student Senate. The President also has veto power over bills and resolutions and serves as President of the University Community Affairs Board. The Vice President presides over SGA meetings and enforces Robert's Rules of Order, which we will discuss later on in this video. The Vice President also attends all Student Life Committee meetings and oversees standing committees of the Student Senate. The Secretary keeps accurate records of all Senate meetings as well as executive meetings. They also keep records of attendance and files a copy of each successful bill and resolution with the Office of Student Life. The Treasurer is responsible for the flow of funds through SGA and the Business Office. They will also have after-action report meetings with each organization after SGA funds are spent through a bill. The Attorney General serves as the university representative in all honor and conduct court hearings. In addition, the Attorney General is in charge of running the student body elections. The Chief of Staff is responsible for communicating with the senators, presidents, and advisors of organizations about SGA meetings and updating organizations' leadership information. The Chief of Staff also manages the SGA website. The Chief Justice presides over meetings of the Judicial Board and the Supreme Court. They also install the elected and appointed members of the Executive Council and elected class officers. The Publicity Chair is responsible for updating the student body with the latest SGA and campus organization information. The Publicity Chair oversees the SGA email account, Twitter, and Facebook accounts. The Academic Chair meets regularly with the Vice President of Academic Affairs and deans from each school. In addition, they chair a committee that consists of students from each school that works alongside the university to enhance the academic programs of the university. They are also responsible for reviewing all academically focused bills and meeting with the organizations who submitted them. The Service Chair makes service opportunities and showcases known to the students of High Point University and promotes local, domestic, and international service opportunities with an emphasis on opportunities in the local community. The Student Services and Diversity Chair meets with representatives of the university to voice student concerns regarding security, food, residence life, and much more. In addition, the chair works with the university to improve diversity on campus. The Technology Chair oversees all technology of the Student Government Association. In addition, the Technology Chair assists the Chief of Staff with the management of the SGA website. Each meeting of SGA follows the same order of business. The order of business is as follows: call to order, attendance, reading of the minutes, which is typically postponed, officer reports, committee reports, special orders, which is important business previously designated for consideration at this meeting, unfinished business, new business, announcements, and adjournment. There are 2 main ways to receive funding from SGA: budget defense and bill submission. All bills are due to SGA by 5 p.m. the Monday before a Senate meeting. Bills should be submitted via the online bill submission system. Bills should be brief and to the point, 1 page if possible. A bill must be signed by the senator who is presenting the bill during the Senate meeting, the club president, and the club advisor. Failure to have the correct signatures will result in the bill not going to the floor. The senator who signed the bill is the only one who is allowed to defend the bill. If the senator who signed the bill isn't present, then the bill will not be heard. The senator should arrive to the meeting 10 to 15 minutes early in case the Executive Council has any questions about the bill. If you have any questions about what can or cannot be included in your bill, please email sga@highpoint.edu. If you have any questions about a bill that includes travel, please watch our travel guidelines training video found on the SGA website. Budget defenses are typically held at the end of each semester to get funding for the following semester. The senator who is presenting the budget during the budget defense, the club president, and the club advisor must sign a budget. Failure to have the correct signatures will result in the budget not being heard or approved. During the budget defense, the senator will meet with the SGA Executive Council and give an update about your organization and what you've accomplished over the previous semester. You will also discuss your goals for the upcoming semester. You will then give an overview of your budget, but remember you only have a total of 5 minutes, so please keep it brief. For more information on bill submission or budget defenses, please view our Financial Guidelines training video, which can be found on the SGA website. Senators are expected to arrive on time. All meetings start promptly at 7 p.m. For gentlemen, the attire is a collared shirt, dress slacks or khakis, and dress shoes or loafers. Jeans, flip-flops, and tennis shoes are not permitted. For ladies, the attire is a dress, skirt, or dress pants. Jeans, flip-flops, and tennis shoes are not permitted. Please respect other senators and those who are presenting. This means no talking unless you are called on by the chair, no texting, or passing notes. Senators should actively participate by contributing to discussions, voting, and making motions. When presenting a bill, please know the material you are presenting. Ask questions if you are unsure. Utilize the Senate as a learning experience. You are expected to be fiscally responsible and vote your conscience. When you enter an SGA meeting, you will sit in the seat with the nameplate for the organization you are representing. These are typically in alphabetical order. Please ensure that you have a clicker at your seat and that it is functioning properly. Please follow the instructions of the Vice President for taking attendance and giving reports at the beginning of each meeting. Please follow the instructions of the Vice President for voting on bills after each bill presentation. Class officers also have additional responsibilities. They are expected to hold at least one service event per academic year. They should also hold at least one fundraising event per academic year to create a fund for the senior gift. They should also attend and support the events of other classes and attend a meeting of all class officers monthly with the President of the Student Government Association. The Senate is responsible for authorizing all Student Government Association expenditures amounting to $100 or more, with the exception of the discretionary fund of the Student Government Association, which is controlled by the Executive Council. Senators are also expected to submit bills on behalf of their organization and submit resolutions as needed. Resolutions express the will of the senators or the Senate but take no action. Rather, it will propose a solution or best possible outcome to a situation. Please follow SGA on social media. We can be found on Facebook as SGA High Point University, on Instagram as @SGA_Highpoint. You can always contact the Executive Council at sga@highpoint.edu. Please ensure that everything posted on your organization's social media accounts is a positive representation of yourself, your organization, and High Point University. SGA meetings are run following Robert's Rules of Order and Parliamentary Procedure. Parliamentary procedure is a set of rules for conduct at meetings that allows everyone to be heard and to make decisions without confusion. We use parliamentary procedure because it is a time-tested method of conducting business at meetings and public gatherings. It can be adapted to fit the needs of any organization. Robert's Rules of Order is the basic handbook of operation for almost all clubs, organizations, and other groups, so it is important that everyone knows the basic rules. Senators can make a motion to express themselves in the SGA meeting. A motion is a proposal that the Senate takes action on an issue. Senators can make a motion, second a motion, debate motions, and vote on motions. There are 4 basic types of motions. Main motions, which introduces a new item to the Senate for consideration. This cannot be made while any other motion is on the floor and yields to privileged, subsidiary, and incidental motions. To make a main motion, the senator should say, "I motion to," or "I make a motion to." Subsidiary motions change or affect how a main motion is handled. These are voted on before a main motion. Privileged motions are immediately urgent business. Requesting a point of personal privilege is a privileged motion. Senators should do that when they need to leave the room. Incidental motions are a procedural question, considered before other motions. Senators will do this when they need to ask a question, and they will preface their question with saying, "Points of inquiry." To present a motion, senators will need to obtain the floor. They should wait until the last speaker has finished, and then raise their hand and wait to be called on by the Vice President. When making your motion, the senator should speak clearly and audibly. For example, saying "I motion to" rather than saying "I motion to not." You must then wait for someone to second your motion. The Senate may then debate your motion, and your motion could be voted on. If no one seconds your motion, then your motion dies and will not be discussed further on the floor of the Senate. Please keep in mind that points of inquiry and points of personal privilege require no second. Points of personal privilege may be denied if you will not be returning to the meeting and attendance would drop below quorum, which is the attendance needed to make all votes count. Please be respectful and wait for others to finish speaking, and wait until you are called on to speak by the Vice President. Thank you so much for watching the High Point University Introduction to Student Government Association training video. Please email sga@highpoint.edu with any further questions.